Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Pocono for race 32 of the season. Take a quick look down qualifying. And back up the board we go. We are ready for the round of 8. Toad Warrior 75 on pole for this event. Pace car is in. And we are green, green, green to kick off the FedEx 500. Down the main straight, the leaders go. Team Duke on the outside. Row 2. Looks like Brogan's getting a really strong run through the inside. He's going to take the lead right away. Brogan immediately takes the lead from Toad Warrior as they settle down. First 4 drivers, 4 drivers clear, but then they're side by side, 20 rows deep. Ben McDonald, Tank Gunner, the outside lane trying to get something started here, but it just doesn't really work that well. Born Ready's out there. Zent's getting below Esri, who qualified well. And sliding through the first corner, their first lap to complete that. Here comes the field. Brogan to the point as everybody is running like a bat out of hell. Look at Hyperdrive. Throws it into 1. That's going to put Toad Warrior out there for a bit. Going to have to race Team Duke off the corner in the 88. Toad Warrior's got to start doing something about these defenses, though. Can't be losing like that. As Tank Gunner and Zent they've got hooked up down into turn 2. No real back straightaway, as you will see. You have to go all the way back to around RJ Bishop in the mid-20s to find some side-by-side action. Most of them got it single file. Now Hyperdrive stuck on the outside. That's Toad Warrior got him for second as they get right to it down in turn 3. Zent thinking about taking it for his own. Doesn't really need much help down there. Tank Gunner getting help from an unlikely source. Esri trying the outside for Tank Gunner, but Team Duke leaves him out to dry. No help there. Born Ready's on the inside of Ben McDonald. Toad Warrior is going to get back to it as Brogan's going to run with this one as they're fighting for second. Toad Warrior just needs to get himself cleared out here and start running down the 23. Esri, he's there with Tank Gunner. Not sure if it's going to be almost 3 wide. Actually, it will be a 3 wide. Zents. I mean, Born Ready doesn't take advantage of that, but they're absolutely not having a good time through 1. Some of these drivers. Tiger Man, Ben McDonald. Tough start for a couple of these drivers. They're taking themselves just outside the top 10, trying to reel it back in. More points to help these drivers since with the points cutoff line, you have a ton of people with good bonus points. So you're going to need to be on top of your A game, even if you're coming into this round with like 9 or 10 points above the cut line. That's still tough sailing. Ben falls back. I mean, they peak 3 wide like they're about to into turn 1, but they really think better of it. That probably is like the best case scenario, just to not do anything stupid. No heroics into Saint Devot, as you will. There's Toad Warrior's view of the rundown to the 23. If they can catch Brogan, that would be a good start here. If they don't really hit that inside on turn 3. However, I would say kind of the outer lane there is really good for exit momentum, especially down this front straightaway. one of the longest in the series schedule. Not quite as long straights as the Chat GPT track, but you really want that momentum. All around good day for Esri. Couple of lowlights here. The 4, not a particularly bad day, but just running 16th right now in this round of 8. And with that like bonus point hole you're in, this is not what the 4 wants to see early. They're down and they just need to find the way in the right direction. But with Canadian Lux, Eric Monaco not giving them any help. So the 4 is going the wrong way. Tiger Man, Team Duke, that's pretty consistent here. In the 1, the 88 just can't seem to get anything going on the high side. Has to settle back in line. About as good as you can do it. Let's check back in with some like drivers who are just kind of having bad days. The 60's not doing too fine. The 99, 27th place. It just really needs to keep that Rookie of the Year battle in sight, but could lose it to the 3 here if things don't cut his way. That one racer having a really tough day. 29th right now. RBV and Racing Fan outside the top 30. Fantasy drivers aplenty. Although look at Eastlamp going 3 wide in turn 3 back here. That's the thing. You think that they still get racy in the back. Like that's they still do that. Like they're in it for the love of the game as well. Back near the front, Toad Warrior lost a step to 4th. Brogan and Tank Gunner, 2 drivers that come into this round with no bonus points, are throwing it all on the line for a win here. Plenty of time left for this race to develop. Zent's rounding out the top 5. Really see the outside lane, how they just corner around it right there. That's kind of insane. Ezri's trying to hold on to a good day. Barely inside the top 10 anymore. Not really his fault, though. Just a rookie kind of doing what he needs to do. Kind of overqualified to his expectations, and now is just dealing with all the really good drivers. Oh! Born Ready in the 19. What happened here? Did something break on that 19? He didn't get hooked or anything. Something's gone on this 19. Born Ready. And he swears revenge in Season 8, but so far, Season 7 is just going to continue beating him down, so... Not really a good look for Born Ready. Historically, Pocono has not been a track that really favors him. And he's taking it down pit road. Back up front, Hyperdrive. Trying to slice through this top 3. He's got himself a good piece here today. Doesn't want to let it go to waste. Tank Gunner doesn't want to throw it away on a stupid block. I think any one of these top few guys can do it. Tiger Man's on the move, though. That 6 has got some swagger. I think he might be able to do it at the end of the day. As long as they can make it to about, say, lap 13, 14, you can 2-stop it. But pit strategies will come in later. Take a look at this group back here. Oh, Born Ready's getting back on track. Right in front of these guys. They're going to have to adjust. Born is currently 1 lap down. Slot in. I think that's right where he was before. No, he may have been a little bit better. See, side by side with Mako in the 7. They got the help on the inside, but they don't want to mess with no lap cars while they're trying to race for their own position. I think you can see that gap right there behind Nick Breeding where that 19 gave way. That kind of is the situation right there. I'm telling you what, you see this 32 or 34 and 32 for the fuck 34 42. Did I say it right? Who cares? Toad Warrior and Tank Gunner, ever since their fated finish at Talladega, in recent weeks, they have just been finding each other on track and needing to finish in front of the other. It has just been a nightmare and a half to be Toad Warrior, just because ever since that win on the opening playoff race, it has not been the playoffs they wanted to have. They barely limped into the round of 8, and now the competition's ramping up, the 34 team is gearing up for a win. No guarantees, but still, that's all they want. Team Duke just outside the top 10. RS Fastman 11 and Ben McDonald currently, they're a little bit behind the mark here when it comes to being in the top 10. Esri still hanging on. In this first group, 16 cars back to Nick Breeding. 67's putting in work. Monaco's trying to get away from all the drivers behind him. That's kind of working out for him. No, not really. Mizzou's kind of there. With Cody Goforth rounding out the top 20. Oh, what is Ringo doing up here? He thought about it. That's the thing. They think about going 3 wide, but then they lose all that draft, and that sends him back. Still getting the spots on hyperdrive, though, so mission accomplished, question mark. Don't think I've mentioned Canadian Lux all that much. He's just one of those drivers that just missed out on a playoff spot, and they're just battling for whatever's left in points for him. It is kind of sad when you're just good in points, but not quite good enough to point into the top 12, and then that just is its own can of worms. Ben McDonald back there. Yeah, I didn't imagine him to struggle that much. Now it's back to the natural order. Brogan in first place with Toad Warrior second. If anything, Brogan, what I think he's doing is trying to lead the most laps. He won't be able to get away from the drivers behind him, but hoping that drivers behind them fight too much. Tank Gunner had a run, just nothing to do with it, so that's for 34 there. Zent's really coming alive here. I didn't expect to see the 17 be that big of a player here, but this is where it is, as we see Brogan make the turn to pit road. So, 2-stopper here. You do not expect to see anyone try to save it to 1 stop. That's going to be a bit ambitious, especially with how long this track is. Toad gets his lap led as Tank Gunner falls back. Ringo's in there in third. They're going to be like dueling down these straights, going back and forth down the up and down lines here. Like, take a look at what Tank's got as soon as they get to the exit 2. I think they're all maybe trying to pit here. Yeah, they're all getting single file down the inside. Yeah, this looks like a mass pitting lap, so here they come. And there go the whole 9 yards. Goddamn, Pylon, get your fat head out of the way. Jesus. Yeah, that's just about everybody. Even Butterpants, who fell back quite a bit. Well, not everybody. Got a few stayer-outers. Misty Viper getting a lap led. Him staying out kind of denies the 4 of RS Fastman 11 from leading that lap. And a couple other hangouts include Kyle D, RJ Bishop, Eric Monaco. Born Ready, he did, you know, already make his unscheduled pit stop, so he'll try and two-stop it from his pit lap. Not sure if a 19 will be able to make it up the difference, but we'll definitely see if he can. And this should be everyone else. 31, 4, 8, 47, 3, all in this time. Oh, hey, John. John Exoli. I didn't even recognize him. And Landon. Damn, those back markers really just don't get the respect. Yeah, Brogan's already out there. He pitted one lap earlier than everyone else. And there he is, ahead of guys like Toad Warrior and Zentz. Brogan is trying to upset the natural order by getting into this Final Four here. You see Misty Viper in the gang. They're coming out now. You think it might have been a mistake to stay out one lap longer? Yeah, seeing the 31's pit exit here. He led that other lap as well, but he's not the leader at this point. That one racer on the upswing with his pit stops. The 41's just kind of working on it. No big deal. Tank Gunner and Zentz are fighting hard in the Poconos. Oh, Zentz. Is there a problem on that 17? I don't think there's an issue here. He had a really slow 3 there. That's also hurting his exit momentum. So Zentz, not sure what's up with this team. Yeah, Zentz is kind of slowing down a bit here. You see a lot of these drivers getting into their isolated groups. Tiger Man, RS Fast 11, that one racer. That's where they all are. Ben McDonald, I think, is the first back playoff driver, 15th. Nick Breeding's trying to hold top 20 position. A couple other drivers there. CS. Kyle D and RBV are both doing some pretty good running. And I think with that pit stop thing that happened to the 3 of Eric Monaco, the 99 is currently scored ahead of the 3. That's huge for them. KSS back there, Razor and his new number for this race. Dirtman 5, John's a little ahead. Cody Goforth racing with some fantasy drivers. He's got BS Fastlane 11 to keep him company. Landon's there. Mako's not doing too hot. Born Ready's not last, but at the same time, being slow on track really costed him a lot. So I think this one's kind of going to be thrown in the bin for the 19. Just write this race off as a bit of a loss here. Sneak Snart and Darkest Presence currently in dead last. Wow. At the very least, Zent's got his groove back. I thought that he has having a problem that he's going to have to nurse, but nope, he's back with the gang. And it looks like the gang is trying to catch Brogan and run down that number 23. Yeah, these drivers are, yeah, you see Zentz, he's trying to greeting for that spot. But Toad Warrior just gets that better arc into the tunnel turn. That's what really separates the 34 here from what Zentz is trying to do. Turn 3 that's a high arc on turn 3. That is something. And one thing that's about this 42, this is Tank Gunner. He has just been slaving away at these races trying to get his first career win. He has had so many opportunities, so many close calls, but it just has not broken his way. And Brogan, he's only got the 1 win from last season. He also doesn't really get to eat that often. Zentz has got a small handful of victories, but nothing to really boast about. But Toad Warrior, he's thinking that the rich are supposed to get richer here. He's never satisfied, never enough. Further back, you see a bigger group here. Keep our eyes on this one for a bit. We'll see if Tank Gunner can get to Brogan on the front stretch camera here, but so far it really is just you got a bit of a group here. Yeah, see, they haven't really thought about passing yet, so look at the moves being made. Team Duke getting put up on the high side. Perfect to be made. Meanwhile, RS Fast and 11 just hasn't really been able to get anywhere. Ben kind of stuck in the same rut as well. That everybody's A game really matters the most here, and so far we are seeing a lot of that. Zentz has been on a kind of a killing spree right now with his passes. I don't know why I thought he was fading. He has come back to life and he is looking for more. See, the top 4 right now are all out there. They get something generated to try to get past this 23. That's what it's going to take. Toad Warrior kind of goes alone. Not really the best move to make. Thinks better of it. Gets back in line. Kind of throws Tank off the ideal racing line to try to get some reset back here. Ringo's been hanging pretty good in 5th. I'm not saying that he can catch these guys alone, but that would be something here. You see that margin back? Yeah, he's not catching, but that was kind of a bit of wishful thinking. But he's kind of lost his help. Like everybody from like Hyperdrive back to Esri. Esri's trying to hang on. He's in 16th right now. But everybody in like this second group here, they've all got themselves in a position where they can just work with each other. But I think if you're like in this second group, you really want to caution. It's really going to come down to who's in that lead group, who's going to be taking this all the way. And Toad Warrior puts the moves on Zentz through 3. That kind of doubles back to just the initial paradox of this race. You want to help yourself, then it ultimately dooms you in the long run because you can't make a move on the leader. Now Tank, he gets to 3rd. He doesn't quite. Oh, no, I don't think there was contact there. The camera angles are kind of weird, but yeah, I don't think any contact on the 34. But 34 is looking for the lead on Brogan, but Brogan has just kind of pull off that like, you can't run the line I'm in at the same time. You're going to need to go around me. That's kind of the perfect play that he's been running so far. This race has been pretty long here, as these drivers are going hog wild. Double file up. It's insane. Some of them on the low side are trying to make their way in the top 10 as Hyperdrive kind of a bit going backwards. Not sure if just like what their plan is to catch the leaders, but they're at least doing decent for themselves. Hyperdrive goes into the corner, trying to keep that alongside. As these guys, the same song and dance for this pack right here. The fight for second means they can't catch the leader. Toad Warrior is isolated on the outside because he got to the outside quarter panel of Tank. But Zentz, he went to go help the run on the 42, which kind of puts the 34 going a little bit backwards. Meanwhile, those guys that were on the inside, they got kind of flipped through one of these corners, and now they got to go file in single file, drop down low, and start making up ground themselves. Fortunately, it seems like Esri has kind of completely lost this group here. The one, not really having the day he wants. Now, let's take a look at Brogan here, since this final stop is going to be very important, especially because we're definitely within the window. You don't need to really pit super early, because if you pit later, you don't need as much fuel to make it to the end, so you could just get your quick top up, maybe 2 tires. I don't know, but definitely win it on pit road. That's what you need to do. I think these 4 know that more than anyone else here. So you see the single file. Brogan's got an important choice to make. Does he take this one into the pits, or does he stay out? Oh, they're all staying out. I don't think anyone's really taking it to the pits this lap. They could go about 1, 2 more further than what they are. And it's just a feels bad moment for Esri, though. Seeing him back there. Born Ready's at least made his way up through. Oh, he pitted again. That's why he's kind of isolated where he is. You see, that's where the 99 and the 3, that battle there. Oh my God, you guys. Brogan is right there. Stop tripping over yourselves and get him. Do you want to win the race or not? His car can't be that good in dirty air. But you gotta put him in it first. I think everyone relevant stays out. You see anyone on pit road? I don't. Alright, well, how far back is everyone else? Oh, you got some drivers that are pretty far back. Oh, something happened to the 67 and Nick Breeding is out of the race. I definitely didn't see anything that could be indicative of the 67 being out of the race. Definitely check that in post or under the most recent yellow, if we even have a yellow at this point. And Brogan is going to lone wolf it down pit road again. It worked out for him last time. We'll see if it works out this time. As Zent takes the lead this lap by, as the drivers getting racy for a second are now up to the front. Toad Warrior back there. As everybody's found their groups now. But 38 also made his pit stop earlier. Big 3 wide. Goforth being a bit risky with it. This one of Esri comes in trying to catch him off. That's Fred Jones, Darkest Presence. I think they've been alone. Zent, Tank, Toad. Here come the whole 9 yards. RS stays out. RS Fast and 11 leads that time. As maybe not the whole 9 yards, but a good amount of drivers are coming in. This is still lap 33. There is really no dice for any heroics on the fuel save, but we'll have to see what they do on pit road once they get in there. The 41, his elimination was definitely met with much fanfare, but he's still not giving up this season, looking for another win to claim before he goes out and sets up for season 8. As RS Fast and 11 is in. Racer in. Canadian Lux in. Misty Viper in. I think that's RJ Bishop, Eric Monaco. Monaco not on the same strategy as the 99. I think that is the whole 9 yards. Actually, Brogan not in the lead. This is Zentz. Zentz got out front, and Toad Warrior kind of falling back there is going to have to start working with the 23 to get up near the front as Zentz takes control of this race. A bit of an even slate going into this opening round, but Tank wants this. I see Krugemeyer coming out a lap down. The 60, big problems, whatever they got into. RS Racer coming back out. Several positions being exchanged in the weird late race maneuver here. But so far, Tank Gunner and Zentz they've got the battle. Yeah, Krugemeyer will be going a lap down. Butterpants is also one down. And the aforementioned 67 is out. The 56 on pit road, something happened to him as well. Great googly moogly. Got a lot going on. Ringo still sitting 5th. RS up to 6th. As other drivers begin to battle amongst themselves for position. Krugemeyer's one down. Unfortunate how that one went out. Toad Warrior trying to take the spot from Brogan. If they both can run up on those drivers that are trying to get away from them, that'll be the race right there. Toad Warrior clears for 3rd. Not really much for, working together now, but it's what you got to do. Zentz goes into 1. His Tank Gunner has been close many a time. Let's see what they've got. That star, the 12, way ahead, way far back. Zentz got good run through there. Making that one work. He is wheeling the hell out of this thing. As the 56 still on the pit road. See what's happening behind. 4 laps to go. It doesn't look like the 34 is catching all that much. If Tank Gunner, he might not have anything else for Zentz. Maybe Tank Gunner was kind of in that group knowing he'd mooch draft off of guys like Brogan and Toad, but now that he's on a 1v1 situation, he's realizing he ain't built for this. As the 2 back there continue to battle hard, kind of stifling their advances. And with Tank Gunner not really having the mojo, does he fall back, get the help from those 2 to try to battle Zentz near the end? I'm thinking he's still going to try and take this fight all the way to the end with the 17. You cannot back down now. 3 laps left. Further back, you see some kind of like shuffling around for position here. Seto wanting to go 3 wide in the corner. That's going to put Hyperdrive going around the outside. Hello, goodbye. Back up front, the battle for 3rd place has been so intense they can't get anything going. Tank Gunner, this is the distance between everything he could ever want. As we hit 2 to go, it might not be in reach for the 42 team. We got someone coming off pit road. Is that Butterpants? 5 laps down, out to the point. Oh, this could mean something. This could mean something, man. About to go his 5th lap down. Zent might have to keep both in check. The driver in front of him and the guys behind him. Here comes Tank. Tank Gunner to the inside. Toad Warrior is right there too. That lap car may have shook the game. Toad's looking bottom of 3, but no help. White flag. Zent's on the outside. Lap car ahead. Zent's able to clear out and stay in the lead. Get him to the outside. He'll be good to go. I don't think anyone's going to catch now. Oh, Toad's going to try and greed here. I don't think he can win, but he's going to try to go for second. No dice into 2. Zent's is clear. Tank is way out to second. One more chance, but it looks like it's too far back. Toad Warrior settles in 3rd. Coming off turn 3, the Pocono winner is going to be Zent. Checkered flag for the 17 team. Big ups for a lot of these guys. Track position game is huge today, as a lot of drivers really won out. But Zent, once for naught, and he'll have it all. Well, if only he didn't get eliminated so early. But on the brighter side, now we get to go take a look at the replay gallery. Yippee! All right, Mr. Nick Breeding, what happened here? Oh God. Oh my God. So it looks like the 60 of Krugemeyer and the 8 of Kyle D did not give Nick Breeding any quarter here. Oh, they kept it going. They kept it going, but that's what got Nick Breeding all messed up. A relatively controversial no call here. Nick Breeding got banged up to hell and back to DNF the race, and that's what caused Krugemeyer to go a lap down. So that really explains 2 birds and 1 stone here. Meanwhile, I think this is what caused Butterpants' issue. Trying to get in the box, and Star just had to go around. Unfortunate for the 56 like that, but do be what it do be. Dooby. Checker flag for Zent, getting the big win at Pocono. Final results listed here on the side. That is everything here. Till next time, take care.